Hello friends, welcome to my channel, myself Parag Jambulkar. In this video, we will see Salesforce LWC component lifecycle hooks. A lifecycle hook is a callback method or function which is triggered at a specific phase of a component instance lifecycle. Now see, so basically lifecycle hooks that means functions or methods, and when they are called, these functions are called at specific phase of components lifecycle or specific stage of components lifecycle. So what are those lifecycle hooks? So see, constructor, connected callback, render, disconnected callback, and error callback. All these are different lifecycle hooks. That means different methods or functions, those are called as specific phase of component lifecycle. Here, these functions or hooks doesn't accept any parameter, but this error callback function or hook accept two parameters, that is error and stat. Now see, when these functions are called. So see, first function is constructor. This function or this lifecycle hook is called when the component is created. So whenever component LWC component is created, at that time this constructor method is called. So basically this lifecycle hook is used for the basic initialization. This flows from parent component to child component. Now what is the meaning of this? See, constructor from the parent component is called first, and after that constructor from the child component is called. So that is the meaning of flows from parent component to child component. Parent component constructor is executed first, and after that child component constructor is executed. Next lifecycle hook is connected callback. So see, this lifecycle hook is called when the element is inserted into the document or when component is added into DOM. DOM means document object model. So when component is added into document or document object model, at that time this connected callback function is called or this lifecycle hook is called. So whatever the logic that you want to implement when this component is added into document, so that logic you can implement in this lifecycle hook. Again, this flows from parent component to child component. That means this connected callback function or lifecycle hook is executed from the parent component, and then connected callback function from the child component is executed or it is called. Third lifecycle hook is rendered callback. See, this lifecycle hook is called when a component is completely rendered on UI. Now what is the difference between connected callback and rendered callback? So see, connected callback, this function is called when that component is added into the document, right? But when that component is completely rendered, at that time this rendered callback function or lifecycle hook is called. Another difference is this hook is called after the component gets rendered every time. Hence it should be called cautiously. So see, whenever any component is re-rendered, so whenever it is getting rendered, at that time this function or lifecycle hook is get called. If that component is re-rendered, so again that function or this lifecycle hook will be called. So this is one more difference between connected callback and rendered callback. Connected callback hook is called when that component is added into the document, but when that component is completely rendered, at that time rendered callback function or lifecycle hook is called, and whenever it is re-rendered, again this function will be called. Again, one more difference between connected callback and rendered callback. Rendered callback hook flows from child component to parent component. Now what is the meaning of this? Rendered callback function or lifecycle hook from the child component is executed first, and after that rendered callback hook from the parent component is executed. So these are the differences between connected callback and rendered callback. In this video, we will see one example, and in that example, we will add parent component and also will add child component, and there we will use all these lifecycle hooks. So we will come to know how these lifecycle hooks are called. Next is render. So see, this hook is not technically a lifecycle hook. That means render is not lifecycle hook, but it is used to override the standard rendering functionality in Lightning Web Components and to update the UI. So basically, to update the UI, this function is called, or this function is overridden. It is protected method in the Lightning element class. Now see, this function or this hook flows from parent component to child component. So what is the meaning of this? this function from the parent component is called first, and after that this function from the child component is called. Now see, next lifecycle hook is disconnected callback. Now see, it is called when the element is removed from the document or DOM. So see, it is just opposite to connected callback. When any component is added into document or DOM, connected callback hook is called, right? And when that component is removed, disconnected callback function is called. Now see, it flows from parent component to child component. That means disconnected callback function or lifecycle hook, it is executed from the parent component, and then disconnected callback function or lifecycle hook, it is executed from the child component, right? Now last lifecycle hook is error callback. This hook accepts two parameters, that is error and stack. Now see, this lifecycle hook is called when the component throws any error. So whenever any error is thrown, at that time this function or lifecycle hook is called. Now see, already I have told it accepts two parameters, right? Error and stack. So see, error and stack are the two arguments. Error is JavaScript native error object, and stack is a string which gives error information. So here error is JavaScript native error object, while stack is a string, and this string gives the error information. Now see, in my Udemy course, I have explained one real-time project, and in that real-time project, I have used lifecycle hooks. So you will come to know how to use lifecycle hooks in LWC real-time project. In this video, we will see one simple example, and in that example, we will see how to use lifecycle hooks. So see, I have opened VS Code. Here I have created two LWC components. One is lifecycle child and another is lifecycle parent. So see, in lifecycle child component, in this HTML file, here I am printing hello world, and see, here I am printing if there is any error, so I am printing error occurred, and if there is no error, so here I am printing error did not occur, right? Okay. Now see, in JavaScript file, this is JavaScript file of lifecycle child component, right? So see, here I have written constructor, then connected callback, right? Then rendered callback, disconnected callback, and last error callback, right? Okay. Now see, this is constructor, first lifecycle hook, right? And one thing is important, in constructor hook, compulsorily we have to call super method. So see, again I am repeating, in constructor lifecycle hook, compulsorily we have to call super function, and what it will do? So see, it will call constructor of parent class lightning element. So see, here we have parent class, right? Lightning element. So this super method, it will call constructor of lightning element. So see, it is mandatory. In constructor method, a constructor lifecycle hook, we have to call super method, a super function, and it will call constructor of lightning element, which is the parent class, right? Okay. Then here we are printing in child constructor. Okay. Next. Then here we have written connected callback function or lifecycle hook, right? Here we are printing in child connected callback method. Then we have rendered callback, right? Here also we are printing in child rendered callback method, and where we are showing this on console, right? So in console we are adding one log. Now see, next is disconnected callback. Here also we are printing in child disconnected callback method, right? Okay. Now see, after that we have this error callback. Here we are passing two parameters, error and stack, right? Now see, this dot error is equal to error and this dot stack is equal to stack. Now what is the meaning of this dot error? So see, this error and stack, these are the two variables that we have defined here, right? Here we have defined. So to this properties error and stack, we are allocating values error and stack. Here we have written lifecycle hooks, right? So same lifecycle hooks I have written in parent component. Here you can see. So see, here in this parent component also I have written constructor, connected callback, rendered callback, disconnected callback, and error callback. Here what I have done, this child component I have embedded in parent component. So here you can see child component I have embedded in parent component, right? So this is kebab case. So already we have seen in one of our video. How it is written? So see, C dash and then name of this component. So what is the name of this component? Lifecycle child, right? So see, when we get another word with the capital letter in the beginning, so it is considered as a different word. So here lifecycle is considered as one word and child is considered another word, right? Okay, so see, here it is written in kebab case, and by this child component is embedded in parent component, and then here we are printing error occurred or error did not occur, right? So see this error. So from where we got this error? So see, this property is from here, this error property. So see, to this error property we are allocating error value from this, right? And this error value we are checking in HTML file. So see, if this error value is true, then we are printing error occurred, and if it is false, then we are printing error did not occur, right? Okay, now see, we will deploy the child component and also we will deploy parent component. So see, deploy source to org. Okay, it is done. Then parent component. So again deploy source to org. Okay, now see, we will get login.salesforce.com. Here we have to enter user ID and password. Okay, we have logged in. Now see, from this app launcher we will search sales app. Okay, so see, on this home page we will add. So see, we have to click on this gear icon, edit page. Okay, scroll down. So see, our component name is lifecycle parent, right? So see, lifecycle parent. So we'll drag and drop. Okay, we'll click on save. Okay, so see, this is parent component, right? And we have embedded this child component. So basically this output we got from the child component, right? And this is the output that we got from the child component, and this output we got from the parent component, right? Okay, now see, we will right click on this, inspect. Okay, now click on this console. So here you can see, look at this, in parent constructor, then in parent connected callback method, right? And after that in child constructor, and then in child connected callback method. So see, already we have seen here, we have mentioned. So see, constructor from the parent component is executed first or called first, and after that constructor from the child component is called, right? Same case with the connected callback, right? So same output we got here. Here you can see parent constructor and after that child constructor, parent connected callback method and after that child connected callback method, right? But for rendered callback it is different. Render callback hook from the child component is called first, and after that render callback method from the parent component is called. So here we have seen, for render callback it flows from child component to parent component, right? I will provide this program code in my Udemy course. You can download it from the resources. Okay, we will meet in next video. Thank you.